It's me, Oxide Fox. And right now, got this thing. My take on the Giga Horse from Mad Max Fury Road. At least a work in progress of it. So this is something that I've been, honestly, all I've had were these back wheels, and I knew I could do something like this with them at some point, and I finally decided to start piecing it together. But instead of Cadillacs, I used like a 1960, or I think it was a 59 Lincoln for the front half, and the back half is actually let me just adjust this shot. And the back half is actually a die-cast model of a Cadillac. I think I don't even know what year this was, like a 70 or 60 some. Yeah, I think it was like a 1963 die-cast. So still got that off. A little bit of a clear plastic. I know, kind of difficult to find a 1960s Lincoln windshield that stretched this much, but you know, I'll just make do and put some supports in there. Doesn't really matter all that much, I think. And the interior, definitely gonna try to do a lot of work on the interior here. As you can see, it's just a lot of hot glue and looks like a mess, but I could cover that all up in various bits of cloth and fabric. So that's why I actually took the roof off all the way, so I could really get access at it. You know, I just wanted to really show off the dash. And you know, a lot of parts that I have hanging around, like, you know, you got those special pieces that you can't figure out what project to use them on. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a model that a lot of those parts that I've been hanging on to for a while are going to go on. Just gotta put in the hours. Yeah, so have like a hatch here in the back. Don't know what I'll do for the back. Probably some sort of like weapon platform. I definitely want to have like some sort of like flags or something, like how the Giga Horse was. And what else did that? Oh yeah, the crazy exhaust. That's gonna be a bit of a nightmare if I'm honest. But definitely wanted it to look like it had some real power. So went for 3 engines, 2 supercharged, pretty identical, and one was that a 426 Hemi or something? But just wanted to make the engine look as needlessly large as possible. So as you can see, I just started stacking stuff in there and spacers and extra things just to try to give, you know, the proportions better. And as you can see, I staggered the engines in a way where they're not just with the full car, so they're actually definitely gonna have to try to figure out a different word to say instead of definitely all the time. Transfer case, some sort of box where the 3 shafts go into and one comes out that looks like it could be believable and realistic. Or I could just plate it all up in armor and not even bother, but I don't know, I haven't really felt like hiding anything like that, so have to engineer something there. Made these from scratch actually, these rear shocks, these crazy over the top 5 shock style. Just to get, because this being a die cast and all, and these wheels is actually a ton of weight, and besides looking like it can actually function, it physically needs to be able to hold itself up. And there's a cat here now. And yeah, so the axle got a little bit of work to do. But so this diff cover is actually, I think it's like a hubcap from some 1960s AMT customizing kit. Like that part's actually from the 60s, which is pretty cool. The rear wheels did actually turn, but I think I decided to just make it easier on myself, and I just locked them in place, glued them, and to get it to just sit a little bit better and to look like the actual tires have real weight, like they're full of air. Cat, can you not? His name is Danny DeVito. I'm serious. That's what I named him. And back to it. So, with the tires, you know, trying to make them look big, heavy, but full of air, like, these are just hard rubbers. So if they were just flat like that, you know, that doesn't look all that great. So I actually sanded away a ton of material so that they sat perfectly flat. And I might do it a little bit more, I don't know. But that helps, you know, just stabilize it. It's a lot easier to work on now that it doesn't roll around. Man, this cat is just going crazy. But yeah, just a lot of like little details that all add up to something just over the top. So the frame even puts some holes in there to try to give it the illusion of it's not just big solid blocks of metal, it's actually a bunch of smaller parts, and trying to make some of the parts look a little more delicate. Because this thing's going to be massive and heavy, so if it's just a giant solid mass of material, it's going to just not be as believable, I think. I think I do have a windshield. Oh yeah, that is the windshield. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that'll be nice when I can screw that roof back on. And this was the Lincoln body that I had that was all warped and cracked, and there was no saving this one. It was bad. Came as parts with a different Lincoln that I had. I got its firewall. Didn't know if I think I was going to try to put like hinges there and make it look like this was an actual like front chunk of a car. Now the one big central block that I'm just using to mount everything to. Drive shaft, various support struts and arms, front suspension. I think I still need to... Yeah, I did some more in there. A bit of wire, looks like. Oh yeah, you know, I forgot about this. It's been a while since I looked. I actually did a lot of work with this support work. Yeah, so... Yeah, there's a lot more here than I remembered now that I'm looking at it. I'm remembering the stuff as I'm looking. Giant radiator. Might do another one. And the front wheels are actually from some Playmobil tractors, so the insides aren't all that great, so I'm gonna have to figure something out there. Probably do a little more detail. Carve out the word Playmobil a little bit more, and weather and age the tires. And maybe do some sort of big crazy thing here. But I think that'll do it for this video. Wanted to keep it short again, under 10 minutes. And, you know, don't want to ramble too much. But let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you have any suggestions that, you know, any details that you think would be really cool to incorporate that I may have missed. Man, it's been a while since I actually looked at this. It's just been sitting on my shelf. I guess that'll do it. See ya.